Right on.
Hey-yo!
Hello.
There we go.
Yeah.
We are recording episode something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this might. I'm not for sure the number of this episode. I lost track. But welcome to Demasked. Please introduce yourself to the world.
Yeah. So my name is Ryan Roberge. I am a haunt vlogger, reviewer. I've traveled all over the world reviewing haunts, all local states. I also build haunts. I do a lot. I in haunts. I work for multiple theme parks, designing their haunts and stuff like that. So I'm just like a haunt person all around.
Nice.
So,
I like
Nice.
that. I like that.
yeah.
So where are you based
So
out of?
it's been a lot, and it's been crazy. So I'm based out of originally I'm from Florida, and right now I'm based out of South Carolina. I'm doing some work out here with a couple haunts, Nightmare Dungeon. A lot of people know that one. So I worked on their elevator. I sent that to Chris the other day.
Nice.
I'm showing him that. Yeah, so that was really cool. And then yeah, so but mostly based out of Florida. So we have those, Halloween Horror Nights. We have all those theme park haunts. So born and raised in the theme park world. So that was kind of, a different thing going into haunts out here where they're more local haunts and family haunts. And I really enjoy the family and local haunts over
Yes.
the corporate haunts. So, and especially too.
I feel that I got my start in haunting at an amusement park haunt, so I know where you're coming from. Where the smaller, not smaller, but normal haunt, I guess, is a little better for me. You get more personable with the customer, I think.
Correct, and I think that's a really smart thing because also the rules are totally different from a corporate haunt to a local haunt. So that's another thing that I really enjoy because you can kind of bend the rules a little more and build things to your vision. Where in a corporate haunt you can't build things; you have to have it to a certain width and everything. Where I just did a hunt, Fear Farm, and we were in tractor trailer trucks. And I was like, "How is this?"
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how Hellscream started. Was in
Yep.
tractor trailer trucks its first couple of years before they got a physical location.
Yeah, it was.
Correct, and they're great. And I've seen trailer trucks, I've seen shipping containers,
Tense.
hunts, and I think the shipping hunt is beautiful. So like containment in Pennsylvania, they do a shipping container hunt, and it's gorgeous. At the end of the year, close it up. See you next year.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, we lucked out. Hellscream and Fear Complex are both buildings,
Mm-hmm.
so that makes it a little bit easier,
So that correct for sure. And then I've also done a bunch where world's longest haunt because I always wanted to do the world's longest haunt. So I went to Cutting Edge and got to go through that haunt, and it's like I would say like 5 WalMarts. That's how big it is. And so, but like those haunts are just incredible, and I don't know if you guys want to, but there's so many different styles of haunts. You have the extreme haunt, you have the corporate haunt, and then you have the mama and papa haunt, a trail haunt. There's just so many different versions of haunts.
Right.
But
There's
there's
and I feel like a lot
we went
touching now
to Terror
in the Corn, which is a haunt on the other side of Denver from us. It's like 2 hours from here, and their haunt's a mile long.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's nuts. That is crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's like,
Do you guys have any touching haunts or where you pay for a separate?
we do not. Sometimes Hellscream and Fear Complex does a lights out event where we do light touching, but we don't have a full contact all year haunt. We kind of want to go to that eventually, but again, it's hard to go from a commercial haunt, or like a normal size haunt to a physical haunt, because the crowds don't know how to react at that point when you switch up, unless unless we started a brand new haunt altogether and branded it that way. But yeah, haven't found any full contacts yet.
Gotcha. I mean, if you ever guys go to California, 17th Door is like, I feel like the best full contact hunt out there to this day with technology wise.
My roommate
So,
just got back from there. She's a a media rep for Scurry Face, and she went out to 17th Door to go see them, and they were absolutely amazing. She said. Now I've been to Haunted Hoochie out in Ohio, which is another full contact haunt, and they're just as extreme and absolutely amazing. If you ever get a chance.
wow. No, I definitely need to check them out. So we have I don't know if you guys heard of Sweet
Yeah.
Dreams out in South Carolina. Yeah, they I've been there and they just destroyed me. So
Yes.
like I just posted a video and you literally see in the video 30 seconds of just me going ah! Like it's just onto the
So
ground.
So what when you
film
film a video at these haunts, what is your process like?
So yeah, so my beginning process is usually I'll start around August sending emails to all the haunt asking, hey, what I've done, a link to like my previous videos from last year, for they can see like the what I have done, and then they'll then contact me back, and then we'll go over like media arrangements because some haunts will only do the selfie mode, where others will be like, yeah, film my whole haunt. After that, and then I start kind of booking my season to like what times I have available and my crew has available to do it. And then I start arranging that. Then I try to do a travel path for where I'm traveling. I can hit each one and not have to go back and forth to save money on stuff like that. So then I'll go through all that, get the arrangements. Usually they'll send me the tickets ahead of time for we have all that lined up. And then when we get there, we'll go through the hunt, or we'll meet the owner first, or whoever the media person is first, and they'll give us the rules and regulations. I like to try to go through the hunt first and film it and get all that out of the way. Because that can show my actions and reactions. Where, and then the second time I go through, I just don't even have the camera on. I just go to enjoy it, for I can look. Because when I'm filming, I can't really see anything. It's all just me making sure my angles are proper, or hitting certain, scare effects and stuff like that of people jumping. So then I go and enjoy it, and then the third time I walk through it, I'll take pictures for like the Instagram and stuff like that. And that's usually the process that I take. And then after that, I'll talk to like the owners and ask them what their process was and interview them. And then usually by then I'm running to another haunt to do it all over again with the same repeat. But that's kind of the way it really is. Like 2 weeks ago, we did three haunts in one day, and it was
Oh wow.
so stressful because you can't give enough time to these people, and we feel so bad because it's like, hey, like thank you for your haunt, boom, 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 gotta go, bye. Driving an hour to the next location, thank you for your haunt, thank bye, and then driving. And so because you gotta like literally, and thank God Sweet Dreams is one of my friends, and I'm like, we're not gonna make it by 12, like, like
Right.
so that's like the process that I do to do the haunts. And then my goal is usually to, after I film a haunt, this next day afterwards, I'll try to produce the video for the haunt. It just depends on my schedule and giving me the time to edit the videos. We also started learning to, with the arithmetic of YouTube. If you look at our videos back in the day, before I opened this new channel up, our videos were like 20, 30 minutes, and they were just wild. And we're like, why are we getting like only in the views of view time like minutes? And then we're like, this is like, we're putting all this time and effort editing all these videos 30-minute videos for 2 minutes of watch time, that's not adding up very well, and we're not getting our viewers. So the last year and this year, we have cut it to a 2 to 5 minute segments on YouTube because we can draw the viewers a lot longer. They can watch it. I try to stay in that 2 to 3 minute, but that gets a little messy because we have 40 minutes of footage. Everyone sees us coming, we're filming them, and then we get messages, hey, why didn't we get on the screen time? It's one of those things. It's hard because we got to get our best moments to keep the audience engaged on our YouTube, because our YouTube is what pays us to go out there and do this traveling stuff. So it's one of those things that I tell everybody in an announcement today on Instagram, because I had 150 messages from actors
Oh wow.
just this week of like, hey, why didn't I get into your video? And I that's why I went on YouTube today and was like, hey, like sometimes we can get you onto the videos, but sometimes if not, like just message me and we'll get you a demo reel. I'll find that stuff and I'll make a nice little demo reel for you guys can go. So that's kind of the process of all of it. So it's a long one. And then we just keep going all the way till the November, and then we switch our thing to Haunted Kids Go Jolly, and then we do all the Christmas events. So
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Well, if you ever find yourself out in Colorado, we're doing a Christmas event this year.
Okay, yeah, no, definitely. I definitely want to like we try to stay the haunt world, but do Christmas. But then like also we can piggyback it off of doing those Christmas like tour rides and walking the Christmas trails. So we were like saying, how are we going to keep the channel going and putting, because if we only do 1 month a year, our channel then dies, and then it's like now we have to wait a whole nother. So we're trying to build that end of things too. So it's been a lot of work there, and with the new
Now,
team this year.
are you trying to do Valentine stuff too? Because I know a lot of haunts are doing like My Bloody Valentine and different Valentine event things. Are you ever down for those too?
Yes, yes. So we do Valentine. Sorry, with you're really lagging, so I'm trying to.
No, you're good. I'm sorry.
Y- y- Yeah, we usually do like a
But
Valentine's thing here too. So
yeah, for like Valentine's Day, we do Valentine's Day, St. Patty's Day, any holiday like a haunt wants to do. Nightmare Dungeon is very good at doing all their holidays, so that kind of helps us keep stuff going throughout the year. So, but yeah, I do definitely like try to like go to other haunts that do holiday, like Field of Screams is a good one for that. So
what happened? All right, can you hear me?
yep.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Okay, that's better.
Now we can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. For some reason, your video on our side's black, but I don't know why. So
Uh
yeah,
oh.
I think it'll
I
be
see
fine
you
though.
guys.
If all else fails, I'll get some photos of you and stuff like that, and we'll just edit it into one big video.
Yeah, we'll just
So-
put an ass load of pictures of your face on there.
Right.
We've got ways. So
Right. I love
But I think we were talking about
just put me in a good body.
we were talking about the Valentine's Day stuff. I know like Arcs Mortis out in Alabama, they do a huge Valentine's thing, and like a lot of the scurry face people go out to that. We here at Hellscream, we do a Valentine's thing. I think we're gonna do a new one this year. But yeah, a lot of haunts are doing those now. So I was just wondering if you guys do that too.
Correct. Yes, we do. We try to like do as many things for throughout the year as possible, because we definitely want to keep the channel alive and not dead. So yeah, I tried when I look for things. I do have my certain like people for like Valentine's Day and St. Patty's Day. So because a lot of people kind of keep doing it year after. So it's like, okay, at least I know these people are gonna do it. So I kind of just repeat those people. Like I'll go to Pennsylvania, do Field of Screams and Valentine's Day, and then I'll go to Nightmare Dungeon, do St. Patty's Day. So like, and I'll definitely look. I want to look for more places to travel and do things. But also with the haunts that I've noticed, and I'm not saying like you guys do it, but they'll want to do a Valentine's Day or Christmas, but then you walk in there and it's the same haunt.
Yes.
There's not a lot of change.
Yeah. We try to change ours
And
up.
that kind of
So, like our Christmas event, we try to do either like Christmas versions of our characters or just Christmas
Gotcha.
characters in general. Same with Valentine's. We try to just do like my character Wizzo. I did a prom date or a prom king Wizzo for Valentine's. And so it's just like
That's
little
awesome.
things, but we try to switch it up at least to give some sort of variety.
Yeah, the variety is super important,
Mhm.
I put you on the tripod.
Especially coming over and over again,
Yeah,
something
for sure.
different.
We're just here causing havoc.
Yeah. Sorry about the chaos. Like I said, it's our first virtual thing. We're trying to figure it out. And the laptop I brought was giving me all kinds of problems earlier. I was over here
God.
like, fuck this thing, So,
All right.
but yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, I think we're trying to decorate with like Christmas lights and stuff like that for Christmas this year, just to be different. And
Nice.
we have an ideal for a Christmas like promotion video where we're gonna get like these torture, like we're gonna get people and dress them up like reindeers, but they're supposed to be people, but they're reindeers, and it's like an evil Santa Claus trying to make reindeers out of people.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
We're gonna
super
try.
cool.
Yeah.
See if it works.
Like, we're gonna try it.
Yeah, it might go horribly wrong, but
I
whatever.
think right. How is your season going so far? When did you guys open and everything?
I think this was our third week open,
Yeah,
so
this was
Okay.
third weekend. Doing pretty good. Crowds are getting bigger,
Nice.
obviously, because closer to
Yep.
October. Um,
Yep, absolutely.
the crowds are great. The actors are still healthy for now.
yeah, for
We-
now.
We haven't had half of them fall
They're
out
not in
yet,
hell
so we're
league.
good.
Yeah, one of them had a migraine this past week, but for the most part, it's been nothing crazy. But we're definitely gearing up. We figured that Friday the 13th is going to be real crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be busy. I think that Friday the 13th that we had it was probably like 4 or 5 years ago at this point. We had a Friday the 13th. I think that was our second busiest night of the year.
Yeah, right behind Halloween.
Wow.
Yeah, I bet we'll do. I bet we'll do over 1,000 people on Friday
Oh yeah.
easily.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, I think our
That's so
biggest night ever last year, which was our biggest night, was like just shy of 2,000 people in
Oh
5
no,
hours.
we hit over.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, we hit just a little over $2,000. Sounds pretty good.
wow. Yeah, and it just keeps going and going, and I learned the longer you're there, the more the more people notice you, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, because like
So-
Hellscream this year is our 15th anniversary. So we've been around
Wow.
for 15 years now, and in a Fear Complex location, this is our second year for Fear Complex, but it's all it is a repurposed Haunted Mines location that we used to have, and they've been around. I want to say for almost 10 years, I think. So I mean,
Wow.
yeah, we've got some longevity with our haunts. It's just, and now the crowds are starting to get back into horror again and haunted houses and stuff. So we've been noticing our crowds
COVID's
have been
over.
coming up lately.
I hear you there on that. And I'm very, when I review haunted houses, it's so weird because like I this year I've just been so busy that I haven't got to go to as many, and I had to hire more people
Oh, shit.
to be on my team because so many people want me to go, and I'm like, I just don't got time. Like I got a life too. But the few that I do get to go to, I'm very picky. Like I'm that person that's like always looking at the makeup and always like the scare act And is the haunt very actor driven, or is it very prop driven?
Right.
Right.
Or I'm very detailed with that, and then I have a guy that's very just. I look at set. So like my team is very strong, and then I have a person that's a customer. So it's like it's just one of those things where it's like our team is very strong because they all look and nitpick at everything, and it's one of those things where you go to these haunts, and there's improvement for some people, and then they love that criticism, and that's what I enjoy the most about it is going in, being invited, telling the knowledge that I have done with haunts and building haunts and stuff like that, but then also reviewing them and seeing the progress, is amazing
Yes.
throughout the years.
Right. Yeah, that's what matters is it improves every year. You know what I'm saying? We're always working on something to do something cool.
Build a new
So-
scare, build a new costume, build a new prop, something.
Yeah, and one of the things we definitely teach our actors is 360 scare. So
Yes.
meaning that if you have a group of 10 people, you need to try to scare all 10 people.
Yeah.
Just don't scare one person and then go hide in a corner because that's boring.
That's me. Like I don't hit that first person. I'm usually hitting the last person when I'm scared because that last person is the one that's mostly the chicken.
Because they don't think they're going to get hit in the back.
Correct.
See, I'll hit you from the front, the side, the back, the side, the front, the back, the side, the
Yep.
front, the back, side.
And I'm the same way. I get everyone.
Yeah.
I do what we call running, and so does Wizzo. But your goal as a runner is, of course, to check on actors. But your main goal is to make sure that groups don't run into each other, and if they do, your job is to like kind of separate them and try to give them a little bit of space. Then sometimes you can only do
Correct.
so much about that.
Yeah.
But my thing is I like to get into the crowds. You know what I'm saying? And I have a two-faced character.
I'm a roamer. I like being. If I had a choice of being in a haunted house to being like not in a haunted house, then I would be in the lobby all day every day.
I try to move around. I try to, room to room, floor to floor. We've got a three floor building for Hellscream, so I'm constantly like
Yeah.
up, down, everybody's floor, everybody's room. I don't care who's doing what. I'm in it.
Correct.
I want to be a part.
And I love that. Yeah, we did. I've been working at Nightmare Dungeon as an actor, and the small time that I have, and I would be doing a clown, and literally we would just like get them in the parking lot coming in. They can't even get out of the cars before we were scaring them, and then our owner was like, "Yeah, let's let them buy a ticket first."
I know we had to tone down our line actors because we were scaring people out of the line before they were getting tickets, and they were like, "Hey guys, so let's let them buy tickets first,
Yeah, let's get the money and then
and then scare the shit out of them."
We would get people to even go out of their cars. They would just turn around and they're like, "That's not gonna work very well."
That's hilarious.
When I was
And we're a content.
doing chainsaw last year, I had that happen. I was outside just kind of fucking around, and a car pulled up, and I like threw my chainsaw up in the air, and they took right back off, and I was like, "Damn it!" Like, come back.
Yeah, we jump into cars and like ride and have them park with us in them.
Right.
Rules is out the window. So, and I do like I'm so happy. A lot of people I understand like if it's a rated horror haunt, and you probably agree with this too. But like you don't have to have foul language to be scary. And a lot of these haunts nowadays that I'm walking through are so foul language, and I'm just like, where did original haunting like scares go?
So
It's F this, F that, come over here, beat. I'm like, like, what is going on? I don't know if you guys have seen that, but since a couple of haunts we've done so far this year, it's been like that. And we're like, what is going on with the haunt world these days?
So our haunt is actually, I would say we're more PG-13 than R. We don't cuss. We try to stay away from cussing as much as possible. Like if we slip with like damn or shit, it's okay. But we try to
Correct.
stay away from the majority of like nasty shit. And then,
Mhm.
like I said earlier, I'm getting ready to travel out to a couple haunts this year. But every haunt that we're going to they've all told us that it's rated R. And I'm like, oh,
Yep.
okay, well, I'll just change up what I do because I came from a rated R haunt. So I'm like, okay, that's no big deal for me. But at the same time, I
Yeah.
get where you're saying, like, do we really have to cuss? Because, I mean, I think Hellscream and Fear Complex, we do pretty well for ourselves without cussing at all.
Oh, yeah.
As far as, like, rankings and stuff for, like, Scare Factor and Hauntaholics and all these different places. We rank pretty
Yep.
high for not being rated R. So, I mean, we must be doing something right.
And you don't have to be a stream haunt in order to be the best
No,
haunt.
not at
No.
all.
That's another thing I'm seeing. Everyone's trying to go into these extreme haunts now because they're like, oh, we need to go more extreme to be the best. And you really don't.
No.
Like, is Netherworld a extreme haunt? No.
You're right.
Like,
I think
Helheim wasn't a full contact. They were great.
right. I think it's more about
Right.
like actor training and education
Yeah.
than anything. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
How your actors are moving, how they're
Right.
using that space.
correct. I totally agree with that. Yeah. So I've seen the pros and the cons of both ways, and like, and sometimes when you do get to those extreme haunts, those actors then take it to extreme, and they don't know what a stream is,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So, and some people are all in for that, and some are like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Like I'm down for a full contact haunt. I'm cool with as long as you're staying within certain boundaries. Don't try to fight me.
Correct.
Just move me. You know what I mean? Like physically move me. Don't try to punch me. Like
Correct.
I don't care for that. I don't want to get my beard shaved. I don't want to get my eyebrows plucked. Like just be weird.
Mhm.
Like
Put your finger in my
I think
shoe.
yeah.
Southern California has been the best on explaining what a stream haunt should be. Is what I think, because they don't need to cuss at you. They have those electric shocks, that's a stream. They have the bug effect, that's a stream. They have these elaborate sets and chambers and all. Like, that's what I think of a stream haunt as,
Yeah.
instead of let's tackle someone on the ground and choke them in a freezer and drown
Yeah,
them.
that's just torture at that point. Like that's weird.
Correct.
Yeah. We're about. Yeah.
And we have some of those haunts out here, and I won't name them, but the people that will hear this will know exactly who I'm talking about. So,
No, I feel that. I can guarantee somebody's gonna watch this and be like, "That's us."
yep.
That's what we do. We like to torture people.
Yeah, I'm like, no, just get weird with it. Like when we do our touch stuff, it like I said, we do light touch. So we do like touch your arm,
Yep.
touch your ear or something. Nothing too crazy, nothing, and it's not like every actor's doing it. It's only a handful that ever do it. Like I don't even touch nobody when we do touch nights. I don't touch anybody. I just become invisible at that point because we
There's a
turn our
light.
lights off. So I'm like,
Yeah,
you can
so-
be creepy and extreme without having to touch somebody, without
Yeah.
having to cuss, without having to be naked.
And my thing is, so when we do that, is I like to hide underneath like tables and stuff like that. And as people are walking by, I'll put my finger in their shoe. People don't like that.
Oh my god. I love that.
And then there was one year where I played like a half man, half ape. And so I traded shoes with one guy one time. That was fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you said naked. I've actually been to a full nude haunt before.
Oh, really?
That sounds
Yep.
wild.
It was 2 years ago. You can probably look it up. It's called Blackout in New York City. And it was like $60 a person, ridiculous amount of money. And the actors were full nude. You walk through it, and the actors are
Damn.
completely nude.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that
a
shit.
scene where, how gross you want me to go with it, but there's a scene where a girl was pulling out a tampon and slapped you across the face with the tampon out
Fuck
of her.
yes. I love it, but
That's extreme.
yeah, like
That's extreme.
like I love that idea, but at the same time, do you have to be naked to do that scene?
Yes.
The whole haunt was naked. Like, all the actors were naked.
I couldn't do that shit. I
So-
freeze.
That was a whole different tour.
I'd get too
There were
cold.
some people you just did not want to see. That was scary.
So not all sexy workers then.
No, no.
I mean, I
You
would
get
probably
Bob
get
Jones.
like the most grotesque fuckers I could find.
Yeah, it's like, man, looks like you've done a lot of crack. You'd be perfect for a naked
Right.
haunt.
Yeah, that was. I've never been to one, and I was like, you know what? I'm living in Pennsylvania right now. Let's, take the short trip to New York and experience what, because they asked me to come in. They're like, no filming, but like we just want your like written review. And I was just like, I got spit out into the alleyway in New York City. I went, what the hell just happened? And that was,
Yeah.
I just got, whoa.
I've always thought it'd be cool to do a haunt where you walk into a room and it's like a kitchen table and there's a bunch of family members sitting there and they start asking you questions like, when you getting married? When you giving me grandbabies? Why aren't you paying your taxes? That kind of shit. I think that'd be the most terrifying haunt ever.
I agree.
Just like family
But
situations. Welcome to Christmas.
right.
Fuck.
Are you done playing with those devil people in that fake role playing house you do?
Time to carve the turkey.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
And we took a big leap last year with Haunted Kids, and we're gonna be one of the first haunt vloggers to go international, because a lot of people like they stay in their like little city, like a lot of the reviewers, and I love a lot of them, and like we're really good friends, but people were going, "You're crazy to go internationally," and I was like, "Why? There's so many haunts out
Yeah.
there internationally." Like Canada, Niagara Falls. There's a whole strip of just haunted houses.
Yeah.
So we out, and then like we went to Dubai, and
Dubai?
No
we went to
way.
They have a
yeah,
haunted house in Dubai? What?
they have multiple haunted houses in Dubai.
That seems
Yeah,
pretty wild for what their
So I think we're
culture
going to
is.
Dubai.
Yeah.
yeah, Europe. We went to Europe, Amsterdam, Paris. Yeah, we did Rome. We all last year. Definitely very expensive trip, so I understand why people don't do it.
But still, that's cool as
but
shit.
Yeah, that's a cool shot.
but it was cool because like literally we got to bring that type of entertainment back to the states, and people seeing like we have more to offer than just you know the state haunted houses.
Right.
And so that something that we really, our brand and everything is like trying to be internationally and do other things, and then do the state stuff too. But my plan is usually, when I go to a haunt, I wait 2 years to go back to it, and I tell every owner that, because like I feel like in a 2 year frame there's enough change,
That should
to then
happen.
me go back to then not even a year change. And I understand a lot of times a year change is a lot. People got a whole haunted house out in a year and done different, but I feel like that 2 year change, especially for the bigger haunts like Lake Hickory or Field of
Okay.
Screams or stuff, or Map
And we're the same way.
stuff.
It takes a while to get stuff turned over because
Yeah.
I feel like our haunts are pretty decently sized, and so
We usually do about 3 or
Correct.
4
That's
rooms
a
in
lot.
off season
Yeah.
yeah, it's like 3 or 4
per
rooms.
haunt. Yeah.
But it's just like it's
Correct.
so much work, to fully do a new thing,
Because it might not fit
And
the
that's
next
kind
couple rooms either. Because we try to do like more of a theme with our sections and stuff. Like Hellscream is all Victorian themed, and then Fear Complex is 4 themes in one. So
Wow.
it's kind of hard to like match a new scene with an old scene, plus making it, make sense and all that shit. I don't know. It's a lot. It is a lot.
A lot of work. A lot of people don't understand how much work it is to produce a haunt. The time and the money and everything. They think it's just flop some walls up, put some props in, and put some actors in it.
Yeah,
Voila.
no.
And it
Because you gotta
really
like
is.
paint every damn thing known to man. If you screw something in, you gotta paint that screw to match what you're screwing it into. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
girl who I work with, and she's more into like theater. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, absolutely.
she's like, yeah, I'm doing a haunted house and da-da-da, we're working on putting together. I was like, when are you guys opening? She's like, Friday the 13th. This was a week ago. She got involved with it, and I was like, dude, your life is going to be
No.
misery for the next week. Like,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
just to even put up fucking trash bags and something that looks kind of decent, like that's a lot of work to do that, you know.
Pathing, you got to make sure the pathing is the right size for
Right.
everybody and shit. It's
Yep. And that's what I really love about non-corporate haunts and like those family haunts, because they don't have $1 million budget, you know, and they're doing it with, you know, their brothers, sisters, mom and dad building this thing,
yeah,
and they're as big as the corporate haunts, and they're
exactly.
Yeah.
producing
I feel like
and
most of our builders
enjoy.
here are all volunteer, you know. Like
Yeah.
it's like a lot of people doing it in their free time, just to be a part of it, you know.
Correct, because we know we do this to enjoy it. We don't do this to make money, because we know
Man, we are all
this is
poor.
not money. Like,
That's right. Well, and even like for instance, my girlfriend, you know, she's kind of shown some interest in doing haunt stuff, but I'm like, dude, if I've told her, I'm like, if you're not full bore into being a haunt actor, like if it is something you don't want to show up and do, you're not going to have fun, because it takes even as an actor, it takes
so
the
much out of you.
and it takes the dedication to show up, you know. And
Every single day when you're fucking beat to hell and back, and
yeah, if you're just
Yep,
there
and
just for hanging out, you're not going to have a good time, you know.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree with that. Even being a tech at a haunt, like don't down those people either,
yeah,
because they're working as hard too. So like, so it's nuts, and a lot of people don't appreciate that, you know. And then they come in, they're like $30 for a ticket, and
yeah.
they're like, "Are you?"
Or they'll bitch like,
Like,
I waited 2.5 hours in line. I want my money back.
Yeah,
And
you
I'm like,
came.
did you go to an amusement park and wait 3.5 hours for a 5-second ride? Fuck off. Like,
yep,
at least we're giving you a show. We're
yep,
telling you a story.
Right.
correct.
Right.
I totally agree. I
Yeah,
totally agree. And I
it's
guess
crazy how some
we see it.
people think they can treat some of the actors and stuff like that. It's just like, what are you doing, you know?
It's so true. It's so true. But I love, like I said, the haunt world is great. You know, meeting new people is like one of the biggest things, and like just even like I went to this like really small, like it was at a brewery, and we they were in like the back of the brewery. It's basic like beginner haunt house, but it was so good and it was so long. And then we were getting to the end of the house, and the chainsaw guy was coming out. He goes, room, room, room. And I'm like having the camera filming, and he just stopped and he goes, "You're a haunted kid." I was like, "Okay, yeah." He's like, "I saw you. I used to be a chainsaw guy in Pennsylvania at Field of Screams." It's like, okay, you just killed the act, but thanks. Like,
The video was great
like,
until you.
yeah, I was like, and then he was one that was like, "Why wasn't I in the video? I wonder why."
Well,
Like,
You broke character, dude. You're not supposed to do that.
God.
and it's nice to be like starting to get a name, and you know, like people noticing you, and that's great. Like I really enjoy it, because I worked so hard, and I had to make a new channel because like I broke up with my ex, and we had a channel, and
Oh
so
shit.
my journey has been crazy with my channels, but to be able to bring it back and having my fans and people to come back and support me have been incredible. So,
Heck yeah.
but
That's awesome. Yeah,
it's
we're a pretty small time podcast. You know, we started like a couple months ago. I want to say is when we started. So
Yeah.
we're just trying to get out there and do the thing, because we feel like there's not many podcasts out there that talk about, you know,
there really
things that go
isn't.
on
I
in the
love
hunt.
Yeah, and I definitely want to like come check you guys out when I'm up there.
Heck yeah.
And mountain time. I gotta know what mountain time is now.
Yeah,
Yeah, just let us know. Anytime you're down, we're down.
yeah. Even if you're
Yeah,
here off
Off
season
season,
for
we can
some
figure
reason.
something out.
I,
And
I love I love walking and seeing the progress you guys are doing. So That would be incredible. That would be so cool
Yeah.
to see something like that.
Yeah, just if
But
you're in Colorado Springs, you just let us know and
Hit us up.
we'll figure out a thing and we get you an online tour or something like that and
Yeah.
show you around and
yeah, that would be so cool. Yeah, even like off this podcast, like sometimes just be like, "Yo, hey, like, here's our stuff."
yeah,
But
for
like
sure.
that
I need to get. I meant just I got busy with life and stuff, but I meant to take pictures of our elevator that we have here
oh yeah,
because you showed me that one and I was like, that's pretty cool. And honestly, I think the
yeah.
one you sent me is better than ours here.
We a lot of people are like, "Did you buy that from Transworld?" We built that by hands and knees. Like we did buy any parts from anywhere. Like they built it from scratch.
Those are the best props, though.
So yeah.
Absolutely, those are the best.
So and it's crazy what this guy can do at Nightmare Dungeon. Like Scott, he literally builds massive things, and then I just come in and like design them and put them to life. So it's really cool to like see that elevator come alive, and with our elevator. I don't know how your guys do it. We have an automatic wall, so like when the actor starts the show, we have buttons where you can press the button to open the doors
Cool.
off of pistons, and then we can close the doors and then start the show. And so when that show starts, we have our wall that is on automatic, and it automatically starts to move and it moves and then closes up, and then the actor runs around and then becomes a nurse in the asylum. So when the elevator reopens, they're in a whole different room, but it's all automatic. And then after she scares that
Damn.
person down the hall, she hits the red button, the wall goes moving back, and then we can let the next people in.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because our wall's actor
Yeah, we just
operated.
move it.
Yeah,
We move
I
it,
did
hit
have
a
to
button,
push. Yeah,
open a new door.
Operated by pistons and everything.
That's crazy.
I have videos of that. I'll send you it, Chris, where you can see the wall in action.
that's awesome.
Yeah, hell
It's
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, that's
So the actor can press the button. The minute those doors shut, the show's playing. Then the wall's moving, and she can go around and get prepped for when they come
That
out.
could be a
That's-
fucking game changer.
that's awesome.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. That
Man.
video, my mind was blown when you sent me that video. I was like, wow, that was
Just explaining
just
it without seeing it, I'm like,
crazy.
damn, I kind of want to see it.
Yeah, I have that. I'll
Send me
show
that
you.
video.
I'll show it to you after this.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, the video is gorgeous, and we added, so when the heaters come on, we have a heater effect, so it gets warm in the elevator.
Shut
When the
up.
fans have a fan effect. We have fog when the fog sprays. We have lighting effects. And we built it all off of a software that we designed and like put it all in. So
We need to get
it's
him with
crazy.
Jeff and
yeah. That's
get on
awesome.
that shit. Our elevator seems a little slacking now.
Yeah.
What the hell? We got a slacker elevator.
Yeah, because that's me, like the boo boxes and the spirits, the spritz. I'm all into like designing those and building those and putting programs to it and all that. And that's kind of how it is. And now we have this like whole asylum that you walk through with, and we have like these like 70-foot TVs that are in like doors, and they're like we're playing like the screaming girls banging, and it's just like fucking chaos, and you have to walk like down these long things back and forth before you enter the haunt. So that's like just the pre-show, and then you get into the haunt. So like, if you guys can ever make it to Nightmare Dungeon, I recommend them 110%, because the things they're an old fashioned haunt. They're in a house, kind of a barn house area. But the things, so you're not looking at big, crazy props and elaborate sets. It's like the old fashioned haunted
Oh,
house.
I see.
Man.
And it's different. It's very different, but it's so good.
See, and ours are in
Yeah.
two like old office buildings.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hellscream, we've got, I think it's like 18,000 square feet, 3 stories, and then Fear Complex is 2 stories, like 22,000 square feet or something.
Wow. That's Crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty big but the outside don't look big. Like
No.
when you look at them on the outside, you're like, nah, that ain't that big. And then you get inside, you're like, Jesus.
You're like big.
No, you're like, there it is.
It was because at Hellscream, to come to the top floor, they start at the basement, so they got to climb 2 flights of stairs
Oh wow.
or 3 flights of stairs to get to
So
the
you take
top
the
floor.
workout right away.
That's how I'm always on the top floor. So I love seeing people out of breath when they get up top the stairs, and then I scare the shit out of them, and then they're even more out of breath. It's great.
Yeah, it's a
I
nightmare.
love that. My crew just went to Lake Hickory in North Carolina, and their haunt is they built a. When I got the videos, I was like, holy shit! They built a haunt. It's like 45-minute walkthrough, but they have one where it's in tree houses, so they're 80 feet above the above you,
What?
and you're doing haunt in the treehouse. Then you go down. Then you're sitting. They built the haunt on the lake. It's like a floating haunt, so you're like on the barges walking through the haunt, and it was like up and down hills. Like my friends were my vloggers. They were just like, I've never been so worked out on just walking a haunt. We were so tired just walking the haunt to enjoy the haunt. And the haunt, like the videos, just are beautiful scenery, and they're gorgeous. And Lake Hickory they had a lot of strict rules. So like in that video that we posted, we had to be really careful. So I was mostly editing it as to be just actor driven
Right.
and showing the actors, because that's the best I could have done with that video, because they didn't want to really show the sets. They didn't really want, it was all like selfies. So I had my vlogger be able to be like, hey, if you're gonna vlog selfie, kind of vlog selfie over your shoulder, you know, to hit those actors. So that video got really good reviews, because we produced those actors that usually never get seen.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I don't know if they were happy about it, but
It's awesome.
Shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens. Life happens.
So it just
Don't invite a
depends.
reviewer if you don't want to get reviewed.
Right.
Yeah, I try to do as much as I can and be nice about it, but like I also need, like, I do follow the rules, like, but it just,
Yeah.
I have to
Have you?
understand that.
Have you ever been through some haunts that you're like, this is absolutely horrible? Like,
I
Yeah.
have. But I have, but I'm very, very good at doing research of the haunt before I even send an email, because I really want. Oh, low battery. Sorry,
you're
I
good.
really
We can
want.
wrap up soon if you want.
I got you. I got 20%. We're
All
good.
right.
But yeah, I really want to be able to go to the best haunts to show the best,
Right.
of that. So I really look at ticket, like when I'm picking haunts, I really look at the ticketing prices to see if it's in the haunt standards of ticketing prices. I look at some of the reviews, but I really don't do that. I look for pictures, little clips and videos. Has the haunt been reviewed before? Um, Documentaries of the haunts. So I look at that
That's sick.
That's a good
information
idea.
to then
Yeah.
try to figure out what haunts I want to go to every year. And sometimes I just grab those haunts that I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna be good, but I need it. I need a failure because we're driving this way. Why not hit that haunt if it's there? And like this year, like I had a haunt. Won't say the name of it, but we went to it going, this is gonna be terrible. Like this is not going to be good, and it blew us away. It was like, holy shit! It was so good, and we were like, wow. So, and those are the haunts that I'm like even more blown about, So, like, that's kind of the way I look at the haunts and how I judge where I go, because I have people contact me all the time. Hey, can you come to this haunt? Can you come to this haunt? But it's like it has to be in our season or where we got to go, or we have to send a vlogger this way and a vlogger that way, and then me do something here. And me and my ex used to just do it all by herself, and then we got so big that like I can't be in everywhere at once. Like Like last year, or the year before, we did 26 haunts in October.
Holy
Review.
shit!
Shut up.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
it was so much. And we were fried. We were so
I
fried.
can only imagine.
God damn, dude.
That's like 2 or 3 at night.
Yeah, about 3 a night. You're rolling 3 a night, and you're going Wednesday through Sunday.
Damn, bro.
and
Talk about being
Nope.
tired.
That's hardcore.
Yeah.
I do miss the haunts that are now, like, I've seen a lot of haunts only do Fridays and Saturdays now.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the case, but I've been seeing a lot dumb it down on their nights. I wish there was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I do love those haunts that open midweek. So like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It just helps for the reviewers also,
Yeah.
I understand. It takes a lot to open a haunt with the bills and stuff. But like, it's one of those things where you'd be surprised. Like Nightmare Dungeon, there open Monday through Sunday all week, and
What?
a freaking day is packed.
That's
Like, you just
wild.
never know.
Yeah, we run Thursday through Sunday normally, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then like mid-October we usually start adding in that Thursday, and then the last week, like Halloween
like
week,
every
is
day.
always every day.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah, we try to give everybody a good chance because we know like Friday, Saturdays are going to be busy, so we open up Thursday, Sunday to kind of alleviate the giant crowds,
Yeah.
Correct.
even though they still all
Mhm.
pack in on Friday and Saturday.
And that's what, if I'm gonna go to a corporate haunt, you're not gonna see me there reviewing if it's not a Sunday or a Thursday.
Right.
I'm not going to Netherworld to review on a Saturday. It's just not. It's not
Right.
for me. And like, it's gonna sound kind of savage, but they don't give me the time to ask questions because those owners are running around. Thank you for the invite, but like, it's like, hi guy, okay, gotta go.
Yeah.
Where I can go on a Sunday, a slower day, and they're like, "Hey Ryan, how are you doing? This is what we have done." Like, we just did Mad World, and we just produced that video, and it was great because we went on a Sunday, and the owners got to talk to us. We got to go backstage. We got to see all this stuff, and it was so much better doing that. But we went to Mad World on a Saturday.
Yeah,
Like,
you would have been there
they
forever.
light a day with us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
if
went.
you want to go somewhere, then talk to the owners.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of the research I do when looking for these haunts is, like, my emails are, hey, like, we're a haunt reviewing. Here is our demos. We usually produce a trailer every year for, it's a quick, easy, like, reel to show the people, for they're not like going through YouTube watching all these videos. It's like, here's our reel. Here's our email. This is how many people would be coming. We literally kind of like break it down. This is like the week that we, out of a 7 week, tour that we would be doing. We'd be on week 2, so it'd be around these days. So it's very detailed with the owners that know, hey, week 2 is okay, like the first week of October. So then they know, okay, we're open the first week of October, here, that they can, judge when they want us to come. So I try to keep all my emails when I ask to go review very detailed to show that we're organized, and then for their organized, because their brain is going 50,000 miles an hour, and to look at an email, they're trying to look at it for 30 seconds, email it back and go. So if I can be very detailed, and they're like, oh yes, you're coming on this date, beautiful, I can, they can print out the ticket or send me the ticket, and boom, they're done. They don't have to worry about me until then. And then
Yeah.
so,
That's
and
awesome.
that's just roll it, and it's worked.
Right.
And we just got into these, like, finally, like, theme parks are now looking at us, so we're being able to be asked to go into theme parks, so that's
That's
incredible.
huge.
So
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really really cool. Yeah, we went to Terror in the Corn on Sunday a couple weeks ago and got, because like we know them and they know us, so we got the full behind the scenes back scene tour and went through twice, and it was a really
really
cool
neat.
experience.
oh, I love that, and I would love to just spend the whole day at a haunt. Like,
Yeah.
I would like would love to just be like, let's just kick back and chill. I'll go through it like 4 or 5 times, but also it's kind of sad because I enjoy doing this, but it's also a business. So
Right.
you have to, so and a lot of people really want to see videos. So it's like it's kind of hard because we're trying to do as many haunts as possible to please everyone, and we can only do so much in a year. I wish October was too much,
Right.
but
We need second October.
yeah, October 1 and October
Get
2.
rid of Valentine's Day, and we'll just bring back another Halloween.
Yeah, just skip Christmas. We'll just keep going into October.
Yeah, we'll just do 3 months straight. Fuck it.
Straight through.
Yeah.
Quarter
Whole
of the
winter
year.
quarter, just nothing but haunting.
Yeah.
Right. Do you guys get to ever, like come out down this way, like Pennsylvania, Florida, South Carolina?
So with Scurry Face now, I do have the opportunity to kind of travel out. So I
Okay.
think next year, next season, I think we're going to travel out to maybe Alabama. I know there's
Nice.
one in South Carolina that we wanted to hit. There's a
Mhm.
few.
Do you know
I think we
what?
might hit the Midwest Haunters
There's so many.
Convention this year. The one that they're going to do down in Florida, not the one in Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah, so we're going to try and
I
hit
know
the
what
Florida
you're talking
one.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a bunch of places that we want to go. Myself and my girlfriend are both the reps, so we get to travel around a lot. But yeah, there's a whole list of them on the East Coast that we want to hit this year or next year anyway.
Correct.
Because like this year we're staying kind of out west. We're going Iowa, Nebraska, Oklahoma. So I think next year we're going to travel out farther east and kind of hit those guys up.
See, that's what I want to do. I want to do more west.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and we're from Colorado, so
uh-huh.
yeah, Colorado Springs. So yeah, it's
Yeah, you come out this way, we got you.
yeah, we got you because we're friends with a lot of the other haunts around here too. So
Yeah.
um,
Because there's some a little
Are
bit
they
farther
a lot
south than us. There's a
of
couple up north in Denver. There's some, like I said, south of Pueblo. So we got plenty of haunts. It's just driving to them.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they're all. I wish they were all together,
Right.
but of course they're not.
no,
2 hours here, 2 hours there. Like it's like. And imagine like me, where I'm trying to like 2 Saturdays ago, they did literally 3 haunts, and each haunt was an hour away from each
Oh
other.
wow.
So they start at 7:30. The last haunt closes at midnight. So and you have to add the hour drive in the mix of that,
Right.
like so the hour at each haunt to like, and they can't go over that, like, or it messes up the next haunt.
Sheesh.
So, and it's like we promise these people will be there. If we don't show up, like,
They look at you. All right, just come back tomorrow.
yeah,
yeah.
that's rough.
But then tomorrow is already booked too.
Right.
So it's like it's so tight. But I love that like adrenaline rush and everything. And I felt like next year we were really thinking about it. It's like we're just gonna do like 1 or 2 haunts a night, and we're gonna actually spend time at the haunts and enjoy the haunts. Where it's not, and so we're gonna produce less videos, but we want to like be more like we're friends with all these haunt owners, but we never get to see them. So it's like go go go, hi, how are you, bye. So it'll be nice to like actually enjoy them, and I think that's our mission next year because I'm getting burnt out.
Right.
So on 4 years now doing this, it's a lot.
Right.
So,
I can
and you
imagine.
can only get so much.
Like just haunting in general, it gets to you after a while, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna take a whole year on a break.
And then like Christmas is over, and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. And then I get into October, I'm like, oh God, I'm already lazy. Do I really want to?
Yep.
Do I really want to do this year? And then it takes that one haunt to be like, yes, this is what I enjoy doing. Like,
And then it just snowballs from there.
it does, because I'm doing, I'm filming or thank God back in the day, I was just filming and doing all the videos. Thank God I have like vloggers now going out there. So it gives me more time to edit and being able to like really put these videos in good use and like actually like not just throw it together and throw it on there. So that's kind of I'm loving that more this year, but it kind of sucks because I'm going to less haunts, and so a lot of people are like, "Wait, you didn't come?" And I was like, "Yeah, because I'm editing 4 videos right now that need to go out tomorrow."
Right. Right.
I was like, I'm sending my other people, and so it's great. And like I always ask, like if people are out in South Carolina, like if they want to come and be a vlogger, let me know because I it's like we pay them, we give them like they get everything, so it's a good like if you enjoy haunting and you enjoy going to haunts and meeting new people and getting yourself out there. I think being a vlogger is the way to go, because it's that I just love that,
Yeah.
I get
Do
to
you send your
people.
vloggers all over the country, or
I do. So
that's sick?
so that's why it's like and like a lot of them all they have to pay for is food. So I'll cover their their flights, their hotels, their rental cars if they need rental cars. But that would not be uh like through if you guys didn't invite me to come out, like, so it's like I'm helping you guys but you're also helping us as a vlogging person out too. It's like a circle of life,
Right.
because without the haunts we can't do what we enjoy doing.
Exactly.
So without us we can't produce and show what you guys are doing.
Right.
So we really have to work together. And before I leave, but like really noticed that a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'll just be a vlogger to get free tickets," and this is very heavily this year, and I'm getting a lot of like owners messaging me going, "Why are the people wanting to be vloggers to get free tickets?" And it's hurting the vlogging name of us and other people. And we've have a group chat with all like the hot vloggers, and like we're trying to figure out how to like stop this motion and everything because like. I'm that person, like instead of like you trying to become a vlogger for 3 weeks of the year and then never do it again for you can just save some money. I'll go and pay your tickets.
Right.
Like I'm fine with that. This is a job. We're not. If I could for the first 2 years, I spent thousands of dollars paying for haunts. Thousands.
Holy shit. That's
Like
Wow.
wild.
yeah, like just year 3 and 4, we have now been able to be comped at most of them, and if not, I still want to be able to go to that haunt, so that's not going to stop me, and I'll still pay. Like this year, we already paid for 2 haunts that spent over $300 off of,
Oh shit.
Mad World. They just couldn't get back to me in time; they were so busy. So we spent $300 to do their backstage tour and saw that, and it, I'm fine with putting that money up just to, because it's to the haunt. So I enjoy that. And then Booney Fright Nights, we spent money and they got back to us a little late. But they took care of us when they got there. They're like, we're so sorry. We were busy. We're trying to open up our haunt. I totally understand that. So I just thought like being on here also is the tell people like if you're a vlogger, like be a vlogger. Like don't try to take advantage of everything because there's a lot of people out there this year especially that are trying to take advantage of the haunts to get free haunt stuff, and that's not right. Like, you guys need to make money, we have to make money, but like just don't do it, and that's my message that I want to leave off of here because it makes us look really bad as the people that actually do it
Right.
and enjoy it living, that worked hard and we grinded to get to where we are. So that's just something that was a pet peeve that I heard a lot that came up this year, people just like, oh, I'm blah 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 and I'm from blah, and like, where's your YouTube? And they're like, YouTube?
Uh huh.
I do Facebook Lives. And I'm like, oh, I did that 2000s.
I've had to turn.
Like,
I promote for Hellscream as well, and I've had to turn a couple people down that said that they were, bloggers or reviewers or something else, and I'm like, well, what do you got, and I check their Facebook or I check their Instagram or I check their YouTube, and they've got like 5 followers and like 1 view, and I'm like, I'm sorry,
yeah.
I can't. can't do nothing for you. I can't help.
Mm.
Like if you want to come through and review us, then buy a ticket. But I can't justify giving free tickets to a blogger that only has 5 followers. You know what I mean? Like, what are they actually going to do for the haunt,
Right.
help wise? You
Correct.
know, like,
Correct.
and I'm not trying to be like a dick about it, but if we have 1,000 followers and you have 5, you're not helping us. We're helping you at that point. You know, and I'm like, not so much.
Yeah, and that's just that hurts our reputation and name, and it makes us harder. It honestly makes it harder for us to get these good haunts because they're like, oh, it's just another vlogger,
Right.
you know. And so, and when we're trying to really push to go at these haunts, and it's one of those things where it's like we put 4 years down here. We put over $10,000 to $20,000 in our first 2 years. I feel like we deserve
Right.
like that. It has 5 years.
At least a little quick walkthrough or something, you know, like.
Correct. And I think that's why when you guys were talking to me how we do it is having that email and showing who you are, what your team is, and like showing just a little clip of what you can do, and then having that follower base, it will get you very far.
Right.
Right.
And that, like I said, a hunter like you guys, you're busy. To look at an email, it's scan, scan, scan. If it's not available, trash.
Yeah.
Like,
I've gone through, I don't even know, right before the season when I was hitting promos heavy, I would wake up to like 56 messages and I might respond to 4. You know, like,
Yep.
and then somebody else
Yep.
will write a message and they're like, hey, did you get my message? And I'm like, shit, I thought I wrote you back. You know, it just gets hectic as hell because, you know, you're building, you're painting, you're preparing your costumes, and then you're trying to deal with promo stuff, and it's
It's a lot.
yeah.
Correct. I totally agree. So that's how like my mindset is, and I enjoy what I
Right.
do, and we enjoy what we do, and it's just we just want to keep the haunt going, and it's sad that this is a new trend of like people caught on like, oh, vloggers get free things,
Yep.
maybe we can do it. And it's just not right, and I knew one year it's gonna be bad, but this year is just the worst I've
Right.
ever seen it happen.
Right. Yeah. And
And
we
so trying
can't
to cut
even
that down.
begin to thank you enough for your time and talking to us today.
And hanging out with us.
Yeah. It's
I know, and now we're good friends. I can't wait to see what you guys do next, and I'm super excited. Keep vlogging and keep doing podcasts because that's awesome.
Yeah.
Keep the hot life going because that's
for
something
sure. And I wanted something for off season. You know what I'm saying? To
Right.
give
correct.
not only our actors and our tech workers and stuff like that an outlet, but other haunted houses as well. And eventually, I want to do more video interviews, and this is really our first video interview. So
Thank you for being our test dummy.
Yeah, not a problem. I'm glad that Chris reached out to me because I was like, oh, I was like going, I was like, I kind of friended you guys on Instagram. I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, they're a podcaster. And then Chris reached out and I was like, oh, sure. Like, that's awesome.
We're active
So-
podcasters.
Yeah. Well, and I kind of figured out, I was like, dude, you miss every shot you don't take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just at that point
Correct.
where it's just like,
What's the worst that you would have said to us besides no?
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm too busy. Okay, cool. Maybe another
True.
time.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like I had to just find a place.
Right.
This is our busiest time of year.
Exactly.
So-
Like me and him today, we
For me,
were talking the other day, and he's like, "When do you go on your vacation trip?" And I'm like, "Really soon." And he's like, "Shit."
Yeah. So that's why we did like three
today.
podcasts today. Yeah.
Yeah.
and just keep pushing and pushing
Yeah.
them. Yeah,
Yep.
that's how it means. Like I'll get so backed up. I'm like, oh my god, I have to go put a video up. Like, this hunt's been like literally a week ago. Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do all the editing and all that stuff myself. So I'm like self-taught, and I still have a lot to learn on that end. So yeah, I get it because right when haunt season started, I was also moving along with haunt season and podcast and working a full-time job. And I was like, I'm going to lose my mind.
Correct.
Right.
Well, that's awesome. No, I'm so happy to talk to you guys. This has been an amazing experience.
Yes, thank you
and
for
I
coming on, and hopefully we can get you on again later. And
Yeah, and I'll bring some of my friends because I know there's a guy named low battery, we're dying soon. There's a guy named Steve that is one of my vloggers, and he was the head haunt guy, artistic director haunt guy for King's
Oh,
Dominion,
sick.
Cedar Fairs in Virginia,
Yeah.
and he does a lot of my vlogs. Is one of my vloggers too. So
yeah,
having him come doing some stories about more corporate side of theme parks would probably be a cool thing for you guys to do.
Yeah,
And
for
I
sure.
can reach out to him and get for you guys can reach out to him and get information because I would recommend you guys doing something like that because he has stories galore of theme
Sure.
park
Hell
haunting.
Yeah. Hell
that'd
yeah.
be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for doing
I think
this.
that was an hour, right?
What was that?
I said I feel like that was an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, it was over an hour.
Oh yeah, we got great footage on this one.
Yeah.
This is great.
But let everyone that doesn't know what is your social media and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So my social media is Hot Kid Reviewer on YouTube, and then on Instagram it's Hot Kid Reviewer, and you can find us. You can find us there. So
All right.
Heck yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, and I'll link up all your stuff on video on the YouTube posts and all that good stuff too. So
beautiful. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll
thank
talk to
you.
Not a problem.
All right.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye guys.